Shout out to Money Brown, man. Respect Junior. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV and keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, fight? Well, it's your boy Money back with another one, man. And that's one here is on the legend, the 8th Division World Champion, and the current Super WBA Welterweight World Champion, Manny Pacquiao, and the UFC Mega Superstar, and Conor McGregor. You know, we know they're supposed to be in negotiations for a fight, right? But the thing is, Manny Pacquiao, who holds the Super WBA Welterweight Championship, is on the verge of being stripped. You know what I mean? Manny is on the verge of being stripped. He haven't been in the ring since he last fought Keith Thurman in 2019. And the WBA telling him, since you haven't defended the title in almost 2 years, if you don't fight somebody, you know, in the top 10, I'm guessing, you're going to get stripped, right? And we all know Manny is in negotiation talks, like I said, with the Conor McGregor fight, assuming Conor win, you know, his fight coming up in the UFC, right? But Manny is on the verge of being stripped, family. Right? And that leaves the door wide open for the welterweight division. But is Manny trying to be stripped? That's going to be the question. Do you want to hold on to the title? That's going to be the question, right? Who knows what's on his mind? Who knows? Do you want to fight one of these young bulls, or do you want to fight Conor McGregor to get that bag and in a less competitive fight, right? Like I said, Conor McGregor has a fight coming up with Dustin Poirier. I think it's in a week from now, right? We all know his status in the UFC. He probably the highest paid man that ever graced the UFC. We know what his pay-per-view numbers looking like, right? And Conor McGregor came out saying he wanted to be a world champion in boxing. He wants to be a world champion in boxing, right? Whether it's true or not, those are his goals and his ambitions. But he's looking to put on the fight against Manny Pacquiao, right? Now, would it happen? It's a possibility. It's a very high possibility. We know Manny Pacquiao signed under the same management team, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that one. You know, so him and Conor been talked about for a while. Conor, who graced the ring with Floyd Mayweather, lost, you know, took a L. But nonetheless, he was in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, arguably the greatest fighter of all time. Now he's trying to get into the ring with another legendary fighter, and Manny Pacquiao, right? Now Manny, everybody knows Manny came out with a tweet saying Errol Spence is too slow, right? So that's what everybody was looking for to see. Is he going to face Errol Spence? Is he going to face Mikey Garcia? Nobody knew. You know, nobody knew. We know he's trying to be the president of the Philippines. We know he only got a couple fights left. So nobody really knows his intentions, right? He earned the right to face whomever he wants. And that's real. He can face whomever he wants. You know, a lot of people like to cry, oh, Manny only 40-some years of age while they chased him, this, that, and all that. Just discredit the man's legendary status. You feel me? Just discrediting his legendary status. But now Conor McGregor, he get to come over to the boxing world and get a fight with Manny. Because we all know it's all about the dollars nowadays. It's all about the dollars. And UFC merging with boxing, if it goes successfully, makes a lot of money. It makes a lot of money. So Conor willing to test his skills once again against one of the greatest fighters of all time, and Manny Pacquiao. He is one of the greatest. You know, and he know he gonna make a shitload of money. But do he really believe he can win this fight? That's gonna be the question. Do Conor McGregor really believes he can defeat an 8th Division World Champion and a current WBA Welterweight World Champion in a boxing match? Right? Maybe he do, you know, but we all know he don't stand a chance. We all know he don't stand a chance, right? So now, Manny Pacquiao, the thing with him is he loves talking about legacy. He loves to represent the boxing world in the right manner and things of that nature. He had shitted on Floyd Mayweather for facing Conor McGregor, right? Said it had nothing to do with a real boxing and it's not the way of a warrior. Because we know Manny Pacquiao wanted the rematch with Floyd Mayweather. The whole reason why he came to PBC, to be honest with you, was to get the rematch with Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd kept telling them, you're not getting a rematch, you're not getting a rematch. And I don't know if they thought Floyd was bluffing or whatever the situation was. And Floyd was, putting it in the air a little bit that he was going to fight Pacquiao, but I knew it was all just smoke and mirrors. But Manny, nonetheless, came over to the PBC looking to get a fight with Floyd Mayweather, and it fell through. Ended up facing Adrian Brown on pay-per-view, ended up facing Keith Thurman on pay-per-view, beat them both, took the scrap from Thurman, and now he's in a position right now to where people trying to see would he face Errol Spence Jr. or is he going to face this man right here in Conor McGregor, right? Now, when we look at Conor, Conor all about the dollars as well. I don't knock the man. I don't knock nobody that's getting their money. And like I said, Manny Pacquiao has earned the right to face whomever he wants. But the thing with it is people want him to pick somebody, and if you're going to face Conor McGregor, just drop the belt and let the welterweight division get on with their business, right? That's why the WBA stepping in saying, listen, you have to pick somebody or up our scrap because we're not making no money off your ass. You're sitting on the bench, and in 2 years, we could have made X amount of dollars with another champion. So Conor McGregor and Dana White, they want another circus show. They want another circus show. They seen how successful Conor and Floyd Mayweather was. They seen how the money poured in. Press conferences was fire. And they built it up to be what it was inside the ring. And plus, in my opinion, Floyd carried Conor for 10 rounds just to get the people excitement. Conor tried to hold his own. He went in there like a warrior and fought. Didn't cry like a baby. Sorry, took the bumps and bruises, but continued to fight. After, I think he got stopped in the 10th, right? Got stopped in the 10th. So he thinking like, oh, well, if I really put the work in and if I really train hard, I have a chance in this boxing game if I went 10 rounds with arguably the greatest fighter of all times. But that was a facade. That was really a facade. Because we all know how Floyd Mayweather fight. And if anybody look at that fight and say, oh my God, Floyd Mayweather, man, he went in there and Conor McGregor gave him a hell of a fight. Conor McGregor took him 10 rounds. If you believe that shit, you're a fool. You're a fool. Floyd Mayweather carried that man. With Manny Pacquiao, he's not going to carry Conor McGregor. He don't know no other way but kill, kill, kill. That's his whole mission. There's no way he gonna get in the ring and fuck around. He not. He just not wired like that, right? So Conor thinking he got a shot in a boxing ring, I don't know if he really believes that or not. I don't. And I'm seeing the WBC talking about all he has to do is beat somebody in the top 10, then he can fight for a world title. Like, what type of shit is that? What type of shit is that? Right? Conor will never be a world champion in boxing unless they make a belt for him and they put him in there with somebody that's 0-33 in boxing. You feel me? Because I don't see him beat none of them top 10 fighters. I don't see him beat no professional fighter that know how to throw punches the correct way. Right? It's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. But with him and Manny Pacquiao, like I said, it makes business sense and it makes a lot of money. It makes a lot of money. But if you think Conor McGregor stand a chance against Manny Pacquiao, you're crazy out your mind. Crazy out your mind. And my thing is this. Will the people spend their hard-earned money on a fight that they know not going to go over 3 or 4 rounds? You know what I'm saying? Do y'all really want to spend y'all money, $99.99, on a fight that not going over 3 to 4 rounds? I don't care how much you love Conor McGregor. I don't care how good of a fighter you think he is standing on his feet. The UFC style of boxing is not the real style of boxing in the boxing ring. It's 2 different styles. 2 different styles, 2 different fundamentals. Unless you grew up in a boxing ring and learned the fundamentals and you went up to the UFC, you're not going to know the difference until you start training for boxing. You feel me? It's a whole different ball game. Whole different ball game. But with the WBA stepping in, saying they want to script Manny Pacquiao, I salute them, bro. I salute them. Right? This is no knock on Manny Pacquiao. Like I say, you are a legendary fighter, a division world champion. You don't have to prove anything in the world of boxing no more. Anything. But as long as you hold that WBA scrap, them young killers going to be on your ass. And I don't blame them. I don't care what nobody say. I don't blame Errol Spence, Terrence Bud Crawford, and the other ones trying to get a Manny Pacquiao fight. Because of his status, because of the scrap, and because of the money. Right? People think it's such a fucking crime and a sin to want to fight Manny Pacquiao, continue to talk about his age and talk about how old he is. but he just beat the shit out of a 30-year-old man in Keith Thurman, right? So let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. Manny Pacquiao ass still has some in the gas tank. It's not like he just out there lingering alone, like he don't stand a chance against these fighters, like somebody just picking on him. Stop it. He's still a hell of a fighter with a hell of a punch. A hell of a fighter with a hell of a punch, right? But him and Conor McGregor, will generate. It will generate. I don't know how much it's going to generate, but it's going to generate, right? They're going to get their money back at least. Let's say that. But it's going to generate, bro. And it's going to come down to what Manny Pacquiao wanted to do after that, right? Because I'm assuming he thought he'd go fight Conor McGregor, come back to the game, and still have a fight with Errol Spence to where he can pick up 2 big-ass checks. But the WBA look like they're not going for it. They're not going to sit on the sideline and not make no money off the scrap. Because if you fight Conor McGregor, I don't think it's for a world title. They don't get paid. They don't get paid. And I seen Manny say he was using Conor as a tune-up because he haven't fought in 2 years. Conor's not going to get you ready for Errol Spence Jr. He's just not. He's just not. It's 2 different ball games, 2 different animals, 2 different jungles, right? So when it come down to it, fam, Manny Pacquiao has earned the right to fight whomever he want. If you want to fight Conor McGregor, I salute him. I'm not going to knock him. Go ahead and get your money, but drop the title. Drop the title, right? Nonetheless, if you want to stay in the boxing world, you want to face Errol Spence, because I still believe you still make your biggest payday with Errol Spence in Dallas Cowboys Stadium. But I'm not going to deny that Conor McGregor is a big fucking fight with you if it sells the way it's supposed to sell. If the people buy into it, if the people want to lose their money, knowing that Conor go lose in 3 to 4 fucking rounds, but they want to just see a spectacle show, maybe the undercard might be on fire, who knows? Who knows? With a circus show comes a show. I repeat, with a circus show comes a show. And I'm not going to knock it, right? But the WBA look like they're ready to step in ASAP, right? ASAP, and script that title from Manny Pacquiao and put it in Errol Spence and Ugas' hands. Well, make Ugas the super champion and let him fight Errol Spence, in a unification bout in Dallas, Texas, right? So, I'm not knocking Conor and Manny. I'm not knocking Ugas and Earl, depending on what Manny Pacquiao want to do. He's leading the way right now. Everybody's waiting on him to make his decision, and then the division will follow. The division will follow. You understand? But shouts out to Conor. Shouts out to Manny. If y'all make this shit happen, we'll see what happens in the ring. I don't think Conor McGregor lasts longer than 2 rounds. But nonetheless, they the businessmen, they the fighters, and they got the right to do what the fuck they want. You feel me? If the people want to buy it, the people go buy it. So we'll just sit back, see what happened, and see how 2021 plays out. You did? But until then, it's your boy Manny. This the NSBC movement. Ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If you can't, just tell a friend, tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. And y'all know how I get down. Big dog status.